everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel Rather Be Reading, and today I'm bringing to you the middle grade book tag. The middle grade book tag was originally created by the Curly Reader, and I was tagged by Krista over at Books and Jams, so I will leave a link to both of their videos down in the description box for you guys to check out. I was excited to be tagged in this because obviously middle grade March is going on right now, which I am trying to, I haven't managed to read a middle grade yet, but I do have some, like I said, on hold. I said in my TBR, I have on hold on audio that I'm hoping are going to come in and I'm going to be able to listen to this month. So wish me luck with that. But I also had been wanting to film a tag this weekend, and Chris said, just literally tagged me in this a couple of days ago. So we're going to jump straight in and answer all of these middle grade book related questions. So the very first question is, what is the last middle grade book that you read? Now, my first answer is kind of a cop-out because I went back through my reading and realized that the last middle grade book that I read was actually Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I reread this, listening to it on audio, but obviously Harry Potter gets talked about enough, so I thought I'd talk about the one that I read most recently before that as well, which was Paperboy by Vince Lauder. This is a historical middle grade about a boy who his friend is going away for part of the summer, and he, to help his friend out, takes over his friend's paper route while his friend is away. But the main character suffers with a quite severe stutter, and he's really nervous about taking over this paper route because he's going to have to, sometimes part of the job for it back then was you have to go knock on the people's door and collect the money for the paper. So he's very nervous about having to do that. And there is also some stuff about race in there because it is set in the South when there was still a lot of segregation going on. So, and his family has a black maid who is the black maid of the family is his favorite person on the planet. So yeah, really enjoyed that one, so I would recommend. The next question is, what is a middle grade book that someone read to you as a child? And I don't have an answer for this. I have been a reader for literally my entire life. I can't remember a time when I wasn't obsessed with reading, but all of my memories of reading are of me reading to myself or reading by myself. I have some recollection, and the only books that I can kind of vaguely remember maybe reading with other people are picture books, children's books, not middle grade. I feel like by the time I made it to middle grade reading, I was already just reading on my own. I didn't want my parents reading to me, I just wanted to do it by myself. So I just really don't have an answer for this, I just could not think of anything. But the next question is, what is your favorite middle grade book? What was your favorite middle grade book as a child? And I couldn't pick anything else for this except the Babysitter's Club series by Anne M. Martin. I was obsessed. And I'm so sad that I don't have them anymore. I at one point owned every single Babysitter's Club book, and there are over 100. And I had them all. I had all of the originals, I had the super specials, I had the mysteries, I had the super mysteries, and I loved it. I was so obsessed with all of these girls. I loved them all. I wanted to be in their friendship group. I wanted to be a babysitter. I, for ages in my life, thought that I wanted to get involved in some way, in my career in childcare in some way, and that was massively influenced by my love for the Babysitter's Club. So they were definitely my favorite middle grade books when I was growing up. The next question is, what is your favorite middle grade book as an adult? And I know this is a really cop-out answer, but it's true. My favorite middle grade book is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I read that last year. I think it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year. And it just blew my socks off. If you don't know, I don't know how you don't, but if you don't know, this is about a little boy named Augie who has a very severe facial deformity, and we're following him as he enters a mainstream school for the first time. He's previously been homeschooled, but he is going to a middle school for the first time, with other students, and it's basically about just his life going to school for the first time. And it is so, and I almost feel tears in the back of my throat just talking about this book again. It is so incredibly heartwarming with so many great messages in it. Cannot recommend more. Definitely my favorite middle grade that I've read as an adult. Hands down, no competition. The next question is, who is your favorite middle grade author? And again, I don't really have an answer for this one. I have read middle grade is something that I'm still kind of dipping my toes into. I've read definitely more over the last like 2 or 3 years than I ever have like since I was a middle grade age person, which is great, and I've really loved most of the middle grade that I've read, but I haven't read much from like the same authors. I've read a lot of just like books by one author, like Wonder by R.J. Pletcher. I haven't read anything else by that author. Now I'm drawing a blank on every other YA book that I've read. Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World by Ashley Herring Blake, who writes majority YA, but this was a middle grade book. Haven't read anything else from her. The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. Haven't read anything by her. So I've read a lot of books, but sorry about that. My dad just phoned me literally mid-filming, which is obviously very rude of him. And now I have no idea what I was saying. I was talking about that I don't really have a favorite specific author because I've read just a lot of one books from authors and haven't read like a whole kind of catalog from many authors. So I don't really have a set answer for that. And the next question is, what middle grade book do you think should be required reading in school? And again, I feel like a lot of people are going to say Wonder by R.J. Palacio, which I agree with and would be my answer. But I thought that I would talk because that book just deals with so many issues and has so many like just beautiful, beautiful messages that make me cry. So yeah, that one. But I thought I would talk a little bit more about Paperboy by Vince Vaughn, because this is one that I just read randomly on audio. I just saw it from my library and read it and actually really quite enjoyed it. And this one is another one that I think, like, it's just, I think a lot of middle grade books that are more like contemporary based middle grade books just always do quite often have just really great messages in them. And this one was another one like that. I said there's a lot about this little boy dealing with his stutter and his self-confidence around that. And like I said, then there's a lot of like commentary on racism and stuff in there. So I definitely think that this could be one that I think a lot of middle grade aged readers could read and take a lot away from, and that there's a lot in there that could be discussed like in a classroom with a teacher. So yeah, that one maybe could be a good required reading story as well. And then the final question is, what is your favorite middle grade book cover? And I, again, didn't really have an answer that came to me off the top of my head. I was thinking about all of the middle grade books that I've read, and I was just thinking that none of the covers like super jumped out at me. And so I did a lot of Googling of middle grade book covers and just went through a whole crap ton of middle grade books until I found like my favorite of the covers that I was kind of looking through. And this isn't a book that I've read, but I just thought I would highlight this because I think the cover is really pretty. And that is Juniper Berry by M.P. Kozlowski. I just think this cover is so pretty and so cute. I love trees, and I love trees on covers. I really like the art style and like kind of illustration style of this, and the bird in the tree and the two kids. I just really like it. I just think it's a really cute cover. If you've read that book, let me know if it's worth reading because the cover's really pretty. So that's it. That is the middle grade book tag. Thank you so much to Krista for tagging me and to the Curly Reader for creating this tag. Very timely time to do this tag. In fact, let me tag a couple of people. I'm going to tag one person. I'm going to tag Sarah from Steeped in Books because I think that she is trying to participate in a bit of middle grade March this year. So Sarah, if you're interested in talking a bit about the middle grade that you've read or want to read, then maybe try this tag out. But that is all I have for this video. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. That is all I have for this video today. Bye guys!